Hey guys, welcome to my channel. So today we're going to talk about 10 things that you should not go to a wedding, or you should not shoot a wedding without. So number one, equipment. Obviously equipment, so your camera, your flashes, your diffusers, your batteries, your memory cards, the whole lot. We need to double check that everything is in the bag. We need to double check. We almost have to say it aloud. Like when I get into my car, I'll be like, okay, I've got my memory cards. Okay, I've got my 2 cameras. Okay, I've got my 4 flashes. Okay, I've got my this. I've got my, so like I say it aloud and then find it in my mind where I've kept it in my car. And if I don't recall where I've left something that I said out loud, I'm out of my car, check in. Sometimes I'll stop. I might be 5 minutes from home and I'm like, did I forget my second flash? Did I forget my 3rd flash? Let me go check. I will pull over and double check, because I would rather be 10 minutes late than get to a wedding and not have my equipment. So that's number one. So number 2 is having a schedule of the day from either the bride, groom, or planner or coordinator. So one of them need to give you a schedule of what you're doing. That way you can coordinate your second shooters, your assistants, and also know how much time you have to do things throughout the day. So for example, when I'm shooting my couple shoots, the planner might say, okay, is 15 minutes okay? I'm like, no, this is an African wedding. Is there any way of getting 45 minutes? Then they can look and say, okay, it looks like we can fit 45 minutes in this space. And then I'm like, cool. So that allows me really, after the leeway time that I give for lateness, 20 minutes to wrap up our photos, and that's cool. So number 3, your own transportation. Now I've been to weddings before, and I've been in a bridesmaid's car, I've been in a limo, I've been in an Uber, and it's just not practical. Everything that you'd want to take with you to a wedding in the boot of your car or on a rucksack on your bike, it's just so much easier. It's so much easier. So make sure you have some kind of transport that you can control. So number 4, which technically is optional, but it's not optional for me. I shoot with a side bag and a bum bag. Yes, I shoot with a side bag and a bum bag. In that side bag, I would have an extra lens, maybe a couple of batteries, other accessories like my trigger, all of the bits that I need kind of all of the time, I'll take them out of there. My memory cards go in my bum bag. I've got 2 slots. One is for new memory cards, one is for used ones. I need to keep them close to my chest because this is someone's wedding day. I'm not losing these. Then my side bag, sometimes I'll take off, sometimes I won't. I might give it to my assistant depending on the day, but the one thing that will never come off my body is my bum bag. So number 5, what I bring is a clean hanky and a makeup brush. I just don't like editing little things like that out. I'd rather fix it on the day while I can see it. So I'll always have a hanky with me, and also maybe some translucent powder and a makeup brush, just so that I can kind of fix any kind of shine that I know ultimately will ruin my photo. If I can fix it before I take the photo, I will. Number 6. Number 6 is snacks. Snacks. We need some snacks. We need some snacks. Do you understand what it is to work for 14 hours with one meal, essentially one meal? You need to bring some snacks. I tend to bring something that will keep my energy up, like a Red Bull, Sprite, with some electrolyte. Because you're so busy, you can't really sit down and eat. For me anyway, you can't really sit down and eat in between the ceremony and your group photos. If it's in the same venue, you're going literally straight from one to the other. So having something, again, in that side bag, like a Snickers or a packet of crisps that you can munch on like in bits, it's ideal. Obviously it's not very healthy, but it's just something that I tend to bring just to boost my sugar levels throughout the day. Number 7 is what I consider advertising. What that kind of includes is like your business cards, any merchandise. I don't typically use cards. I don't think that they're useful to anybody. I would rather give you my Instagram. I typically will give out gifts. So I'll give out like a pen. Let me see if I can find one. I'll have a couple of these in my side bag, and then also in the bag that my assistant will carry. So it's got my logo, got my company names, got my website, and also my number. So essentially this is my card. Number 8. Number 8 is medicine. I cannot stress how important it is that you pack medicines. So I tend to pack paracetamol, ibuprofen, Imodium, Gaviscon, hay fever. because sometimes my assistants forget that they've got hay fever. So I always have to make sure I've got hay fever medicine as well. It's kind of self-explanatory, but imagine eating something that did not agree with you at a wedding day and you are a wedding photographer. What are you gonna do? Obviously, you need to have medicines that will suppress issues that might leave you in the toilet while the speeches are going on. Your assistant gonna learn how to use your camera in the time it takes you to go to the toilet. Thing will happen. There was one time when I was at a wedding, my whole hand swelled up and I was literally in tears. Having those things ready for when you need them is just, it's so imperative. Number nine is my assistant. No, I could never, ever again do a wedding without an assistant. No. I remember there was one time I did one and it was just the church and the group shots that I was doing for this particular day, and I left my bag in the church. I left my whole bag in the church and I couldn't get it back to the next day. Luckily I had my camera on me and my side bag on me. Again, that's another reason why I have it. But imagine, I left my whole bag in the church. How did I manage that? Since that day, never will I go to anything without an assistant. And it's more than just holding the bag and holding the light. It's also having a little bit of companionship, that extra person that you know that you can have a chat with. It's just a little bit, it kind of eases the stress of the day. So I wouldn't do a wedding without an assistant. I would urge everyone to have an assistant, whether it's an intern assistant, someone that you're not paying that just wants experience, or someone that you're paying. My assistants get paid. Number 10, last but not least, is patience. You need to have hella patience to do wedding photography. And a lot of my clients will say to me, "Oh, NK, you're so patient." And it's because I know how the day's going to run. I know what's the most difficult to shoot, what's the easiest to shoot. I've kind of figured that out now. I've got like an algorithm of, okay, the morning is like this, the ceremony's like this, the group shots. You just really need to make sure that you are prepared to shoot a wedding and that you have the ability to suppress anger that could possibly come up, because weddings can get wild. So you just need to be prepared to deal with loads of different situations and just hold yourself, keep professional, keep calm, keep on your customer service and move on. That's all you can do. That's my 10 done. Thank you so much for watching. Please subscribe if you haven't subscribed. I hope you learned something and I look forward to seeing you soon.